does pruning help prevent overfitting? Pruning is a technique used in machine learning, particularly in decision trees, to prevent overfitting. Overfitting occurs when a model becomes too complex and starts to capture noise or irrelevant details in the training data, leading to poor generalization to new, unseen data. Pruning helps prevent overfitting in the following ways: reduces model complexity. Pruning removes branches from the tree that have little importance and do not provide significant predictive power. This simplification helps the model focus on the most important features and relationships in the data, reducing the risk of overfitting. Improves generalization by removing unnecessary branches. The pruned tree generalizes better to new data. It avoids capturing random fluctuations and noise present in the training data, leading to improved performance on the test set. Prevents high variance. A complex model with many branches can have high variance, meaning it is highly sensitive to small changes in the training data. Pruning reduces this sensitivity, leading to a more stable and robust model. Balances bias and variance. Pruning strikes a balance between bias, error due to overly simplistic models, and variance, error due to overly complex models. It helps achieve an optimal model complexity that minimizes the overall error, improves interpretability. Pruned trees are simpler and easier to interpret. This simplicity can help in understanding the decision-making process of the model and in communicating the results to stakeholders. In summary, pruning helps in preventing overfitting by simplifying the decision tree, improving its generalization to new data, reducing variance, balancing bias and variance, and making the model more interpretable. Describe an application of decision trees in marketing. Decision trees are widely used in marketing for their ability to segment data and make predictive decisions based on various attributes. One notable application of decision trees in marketing is in customer segmentation and targeted marketing campaigns. Here's how it works: customer segmentation and targeted marketing. Customer segmentation, data collection. Collect data on customer behavior, demographics, purchase history, and interactions with the company. Tree construction. Use a decision tree algorithm to build a model that segments customers based on these attributes. The tree splits the customer base into different segments at each node based on the most significant features that influence customer behavior. Identifying key customer segments. The decision tree helps identify key segments such as high-value customers, frequent buyers, occasional buyers, and at-risk customers. Each leaf node in the tree represents a distinct customer segment with similar characteristics and behaviors. Targeted marketing campaigns, personalized marketing. Design tailored marketing campaigns for each customer segment. For example, high-value customers might receive exclusive offers, while at-risk customers might receive retention-focused incentives. Optimized resource allocation. Allocate marketing resources efficiently by focusing on the most promising customer segments. This ensures a higher return on investment (ROI) for marketing efforts. Predictive analysis, future behavior prediction. Use the decision tree model to predict the future behavior of customers based on their current attributes and actions. For example, predict which customers are likely to respond to a specific promotion or which ones are at risk of churning. Campaign effectiveness. Evaluate the effectiveness of different marketing strategies by analyzing how changes in marketing efforts impact various customer segments, improving customer experience. Personalized recommendations. Use the insights from the decision tree to provide personalized product recommendations, enhancing the customer experience and increasing sales. Customer retention. Implement strategies to retain valuable customers identified by the decision tree model, such as loyalty programs and personalized communication. Example scenario: a retail company wants to increase its sales by targeting its marketing efforts more effectively. They use a decision tree to segment their customer base into groups based on age, gender, purchase frequency, and average spending. The decision tree reveals that young adults who frequently purchase mid-range products are the most responsive to email promotions. The company then designs a targeted email campaign specifically for this segment, offering discounts on mid-range products. As a result, they see a significant increase in sales from this customer group. In conclusion, decision trees help marketers gain valuable insights into customer behavior, segment customers effectively, and design targeted marketing campaigns that enhance customer engagement and drive sales. Describe the basic structure of a decision tree. A decision tree is a flowchart-like structure used for decision making and predictive modeling. Its basic structure consists of nodes and branches that represent different decision points and outcomes. Here's a breakdown of the key components of a decision tree. Root node. Definition: the topmost node in a decision tree. Function represents the entire dataset and is the starting point for making decisions. It contains the feature that best splits the data to maximize the differentiation of target outcomes. Internal nodes, decision nodes, definition: nodes that represent decision points within the tree. Function: each internal node tests a feature and splits the data into subsets based on the outcome of the test. For example, an internal node might split data based on whether a customer's age is greater than 30. Branches, definition: connections between nodes. Function represents the outcome of a test applied at an internal node. Each branch corresponds to one of the possible outcomes of a test, such as yes or no. Leaf nodes, terminal nodes, definition: the final nodes of the decision tree. Function represents the end of a path from the root node and provides the output of the decision process. Each leaf node represents a class label in classification trees or a continuous value in regression trees. Explain why decision trees are considered non-parametric models. Decision trees are considered non-parametric models because they do not assume a specific functional form for the relationship between the input variables and the output variable. Here are the key reasons why decision trees are classified as non-parametric models. No assumption about data distribution. Definition: non-parametric models do not assume any predefined distribution or shape for the underlying data. In decision trees make no assumptions about the distribution of the data. They split the data based on the values of the features without assuming a linear or any other specific relationship between the input and output variables. Flexible structure. Definition: non-parametric models have a flexible structure that can adapt to the complexity of the data. In decision trees, the structure of a decision tree is determined entirely by the data. The tree can grow in a way that best fits the data, with varying numbers of nodes and branches, depending on the patterns and relationships found in the data. Data-driven learning. Definition: non-parametric models learn from the data directly without being constrained by a fixed number of parameters. In decision trees build their structure by recursively splitting the data into subsets based on feature values. The splits are determined by criteria like Gini impurity or information gain, driven entirely by the data rather than a fixed set of parameters. Handling of complex relationships. Definition: non-parametric models can capture complex relationships in the data without being limited by a predefined form. In decision trees can handle complex, nonlinear relationships between features and the target variable. They can model interactions between variables by creating branches and nodes that reflect these relationships directly from the data. Scalability. Definition: non-parametric models can scale with the amount of data, adjusting their complexity as more data becomes available. In decision trees, as more data is provided, a decision tree can grow deeper and create more branches to capture the additional patterns and nuances in the data. There is no fixed limit to the number of splits or the depth of the tree imposed by the model itself.